Colleen Murphy, thanks for taking the time. Went up to Denver last week with your team, took on Denver, Washington State. Just tell me your impression of your team.
You know, we started out very, very slowly. I think sometimes when you go to an away meet and you get up there, and you've trained the day before, you're just not ready to go. And I think we start out slowly, but we got better and better as the meet went on. I think when we got to the breaststroke and the butterfly, all of a sudden those two groups really stepped up. Our breaststrokers have been swimming fast all season, so have our 200 butterflyers. And then we started having in-season best times. We kind of dug ourselves a hole, and it was hard to come back from that. But I think overall, we swam really, really well once we got kind of halfway through the meet.
What do you take from this? I mean, can you tell your swimmers, look, we've got to be ready to go from the get-go?
You know, we've been talking about that a lot. So we actually started sprinting a little bit more in the mornings, so they're ready to go in the morning. That's very important. When we get to our mid-season meet, it's a prelims final meet. If you don't swim fast in the morning, you don't get a chance to swim at night. And so they have to be ready to go. And so we're working on that a lot. Actually, even this morning, we were doing a major sprint set for everybody from the distance group down to the sprinters, just so they're ready to go. I think other than that, I've talked a lot in these interviews about doing the little things right. And I started to see some better turns, some focus on, putting the whole race together and not just having great swimming, but putting those little things into practice.
So in practice, as you will now have a couple of weeks before you go up to Wyoming, do you work on, is there a time where you just set aside and say, all we're going to do right now is turns?
We did that this morning. So, yes, in practice, we start to really kind of hone in on those things. This morning, Scott took a group and worked on turn work and making sure that we have fast turns. We work on finishes. We work on those little things. That's what pretty much the next month is about. We still have really hard training to go. October is notoriously the hardest month for swimming training, other than training trip. And so we're kind of finishing up that month with some really good training as we head into next week. But then, now it's putting all those, little things into practice. And so working on turns, working on finishes, working on speed work, working on power, all of those things they're seeing now in practices that kind of help them to hone in for, our mid-season meet, which is actually just a month away.
Yeah, that's amazing. You've talked about what you want to work on, but how is morale? I mean, after a meet like last weekend and maybe some tough practices, which I'm sure are ahead of them, how's morale on the team?
I think morale's good. It takes a lot of courage to step up your training level. And I think the women on our team are really starting to step that up. That's really, really important. They have to make the decision. We can't do it for them. They have to make a decision to, get out of their comfort zone and see what they're capable of. It's very easy to go at one pace and know, hey, I can always make this and I'm always going to, be okay here. Failure is actually a good thing, and that's very hard at an academy to tell someone it's okay to fail in practice. It's okay to die at the end of this hard set, because when you get into a meet, then you're ready to go. So getting them out of their comfort zone a little bit, having the courage to step into that next level of training is really important at this point.
Colleen Murphy, thanks, and good luck in a couple of weeks at Wyoming.
Thank you.